Hey, we're Wallows, and we're here chatting with Milky.
Simple as it used to be. Wanna take you for a ride. You'll lay back this seat. There won't be a need to be formal. Past the point of cordial. We know that we could be anything we wanna be. Mind you got the jump in the hole. I can't get the sun on my own.
Well, I mean, it's funny. When we were young, we started off playing like classic rock songs. So if you go back to the day when we first started writing songs, it's very classic rock, like E chord, A chord, distortion, Les Paul, like Led Zeppelin kind of things. And then you can kind of see like those kind of start falling off, and then we got more to like Kings of Leon and the Vaccines were very inspiring when we were like 14 to 16, and then you just kind of naturally, I mean, I think songwriting has a lot to do with like getting older as well. I feel like you won't write the same songs as when you were like 15 to 17 as you would from like 20 to now, even if you're listening to the same music, if that makes sense. So like even if you're inspired by the same music, which we are today in a lot of ways, it's just naturally going to be different somehow. So I think it has a lot to do with aging as much as it does like listening to new music.
It's very much so an album about relationships, like insecurities and things that come with that, in becoming an adult and things feeling more serious and like once your sort of innocence is behind you and every decision you make is a little more important than it was, before. So it's just the feelings and complexities that come with that is sort of the themes explored across Tell Me That It's Over.
Gosh, the sonic realm. I think for this record, we went in with one idea of what we thought the record would be. I think we initially wanted to create this sort of lush, long, kind of more like large second album, at least if that's like, you can stop me if I'm sort of describing it bad, but like that was sort of the initial seedling of the idea. But once we started getting into it, things started to naturally show themselves in a different way. I think we took each individual song as its own thing and wanted to take it, like use specific references or specific instruments to make each song have its own identity. And then at some point in the process, we sort of shortened everything to be like the 10 best. That was like a big turning point in the process. But yeah, I think that we initially had one idea of how we wanted it to sound, and then in actually doing it with Ariel and being in the room, it changed.
How it starts varies. Like if it's, somebody creating an idea on their own and then bringing it to the other guys, and then we put it together. But normally, like as of the last couple of years, it pretty much us crafting a song starts with creating a demo of some kind and somewhere where Cole lives usually, because all our gear to be able to do that with is at Cole's. It's all Cole's stuff. So it just starts with us like demoing, and I don't know, like we never really write per se like together with just like an acoustic guitar or anything like that. We really get our ideas mostly from demoing, honestly. And then you try not to get demo-itis, which is hard because then you go to record and you get so used to what it is, which sometimes is the right thing. Sometimes you're like, yeah, it just should be this way. But other times it's good to be able to let that go and sort of let the songs take on a new life, which we really did a lot on this new album, Tell Me That It's Over. Like a huge majority of the songs, I'd say almost all of them are pretty drastically different from the way they started in demo form, like when it was just us. So kind of our process, really.
I attempted surfing in Melbourne and failed. I had a good coach though. Andrew was up, but that was pretty memorable and fun because I've never been surfing before. And at the last second, our buddy Landon was getting out of the water because he had a cramp, and I was like, you might as well borrow your wetsuit and go give it an old whirl on the board. So that was pretty memorable and fun. And then the weather's just been amazing. It's just been beautiful. And some good food, good people. It's been really fun. Don't?
I don't know, like we had a nice lunch on the water today here in Sydney, and that was it's really lovely. I think that's been a highlight so far. It's just a nice, peaceful event.
Yeah, and we've been playing. A few of us played tennis, So we've been finding local courts. We've already played 3 times since we've been here. And I think we already have another 2 sessions booked. So we will have played tennis 5 times in this like week. So my sunburn, we'll get another sunburn. It's going to be bomb.
We're definitely like being here in Australia for the first time. We're very mindful of it being our first time and the fact that it's taken a few years to get here now. So I think we're just trying to incorporate just all the eras and songs we believe people would want to hear, which is, it's hard to do because we can only play like about less than half of our full catalog at this point. If, you know, it's not making an overlong set, but I think we've been doing a pretty good job of the set list. I think people are liking them, and that's what we're trying to be mindful of here, and just giving it all our energy that we can. I think in incorporating the Tell Me That It's Over, like sort of translating that live was more of a task than it was in any previous tour, for sure, because there's just more elements on this album instrumentally that even when we were recording, we were like, oh, we have to figure out how to emulate this live. So we have an extra person on stage and just found new ways to make the show sound ultimately more full than it ever has. And I think this whole run is definitely, I think we've been better than ever. So it's just been a real learning experience. I think we've matured a lot as performers and as artists on this tour. I think it's been a real, we're sort of like past the middle point, I guess, the whole tour now, but it's like a lot more to go in other places. So keep on trucking.
Yeah, obviously performing live is extremely important. Not only do you get an opportunity to be face-to-face with your fans, which I think is, for us growing up as huge music fans, to see a band live and feel connected to them makes you an even bigger fan. So there's that element to it. But for us too, to spend all this time for so many years writing songs, and when you write a song, it's like us at home, and like, I'm like by myself, I start an idea and then it grows into this thing, and you work so hard to get, like, from the moment that the idea starts to the moment that it comes out, there's so much like work that goes into that. And then to fly to a place like Sydney and for some reason there's people here singing your songs, it's pretty wild. It's super wild. You kind of, for us, our career sort of had an uptick during the pandemic, and so we didn't really get to see a lot of that growth in front of our face. And then when we started touring this year, the shows were a lot bigger, and so you're like, oh wow, like now I'm actually visualizing the change and how far we've come, and it's really cool.
We are looking into making new music. We're already writing.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Wish that things could be simple as it used to be. Wanna take you for a ride. You'll lay back the seat. Tell me if you start to get tired. Wants to be desired. When you look at me, is there something left to leave? Mind the gap to jump in the hole. I can't get this done on my own. Little world go crashing too. I just wanna do right by you. Think your patience is wearing off. If you go,
Beatles.
That's hard. That's hard. Biggest is like, I don't really have a biggest musical influence, I don't think. I'm gonna say right now is Phoenix. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Shake Heartbreak, Kings of Leon.
I was maybe gonna say that, like, cause yeah, it's fresh on the brain. Also, like, Is This It by The Strokes is a big one.
Yep. And favorite worst nightmare.
Yes.
I think it's something really cool, like a Studio Ghibli film. Might be cool.
I think it'd be really fun to do a horror score.
I like those answers.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm just thinking about like what sounds weird and what's going wrong. So that's what I'm thinking about. It's very easy to get in my head when I perform. Like, if something sounds off, it's like all I'm thinking about. And then, but yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh, who's over there? Whoa, who's over there? What's up there? Kind of like things like that.
Yeah, I kind of zen out.
You kind
I
of zone out, honestly.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I don't even know. It's like dreaming. You're just like, I don't know what I'm thinking.
It is different technically if you've had like a few drinks or not. That changes the whole dynamic of the show. Yeah, when you have a couple drinks for the show, you zen out completely and like nothing, like you're just in the crazy land. And then when you're like sober, it's like everything's just more detailed, which is probably better. Everything's just like, wow, I don't know.
It's easy also to, like, I find myself in the middle of a song a lot of the time being like, yeah, it's zoning out or zenning out where you're like, I just sang an entire like half a song not thinking about it at all. And so you're like, have I even been singing the right thing? It's like a weird thing where you
This
just...
is the short answer. This is the...
Yeah, you like just... we call it blacking in. You like black in. You're like in the middle of a song. The first song we performed together ever was Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
First song I liked too. Purple Haze, I guess.
It was probably a song like All Star or like, I Want You Back, NSYNC, Sing Nelly.
Outside of music, it was definitely Bye 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 by NSYNC. That was like, NSYNC is what like got me into music, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like I'd always imagined myself performing Welcome to the Black Parade.
I used to love trying to sing Hey Jude. That was another one when I was a kid. Hannah Cyrus. No,
I'm going Hannah.
Wow. I'm going Miley.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Hannah Montana. I think it's James Taylor at the Hollywood Bowl. I think. But other than that, like my dad at coffee shops and stuff. But I think James Taylor.
Yeah, like my dad was performing when I was really young as well, but it might have been NSYNC in St. Louis or Chicago. St. Louis. I can't remember. Anyway.
I saw the Steve Miller Band in LA.
Oh yeah, Frank Ocean at FYF is the best show I've ever seen. It was just like, I've never seen a show like it, still haven't, and really just a special night. That was great.
Yeah, Frank
awesome.
Ocean FYF for
We were all
sure.
there. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
I'd probably NSYNC, but then again, to be a Spice Girl, Bray Spice,
In another life, Braden is a member of NSYNC, I think.
maybe.
Yeah, I gotta go NSYNC. I can't not say NSYNC for myself.
If I was singing like I Want You Back, like I could sing that every night. I'd be so happy.
You know what? I mean, honorable mention is Greek Theater in LA. Like that's just like a iconic venue where we're from, and just felt really like a pinch me kind of moment of how far we'd come playing that show. But otherwise, I'd say Reading this year. Reading Festival was pretty incredible.
UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's Festival Tropicalia, and also when we first played the Troubadour in LA, like first couple shows, I was like, wow, this is just because people were there for the first time. Like we never played shows where people were there, except our friends and stuff. So that was cool.
The Beatles.
Or the Beatles,
Yeah.
and then and like some like producers and stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
And
That's crazy.
like Elvis and like Chuck Berry and like all those people. But that's like
Dang.
it all kind of
Max Martin.
Max Martin.
Max Martin. Lil Nas.
Yeah. I'm a huge Pharrell guy.
Yeah.
Timbaland. Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Future advice: get socks. Buy socks, new clothes. I was just telling Dylan, there's this video of me wearing this exact outfit in Europe, and I'm talking about how big my suitcase is, and like tour manager didn't like my suitcase, it was too big, and the top comment is, Braden has a huge suitcase for 2 outfits or 3 outfits. I was like, that's hilarious, because I literally wear the same thing. So new clothes for my future self. Get new clothes, man. what's going on?
I'm gonna show you that in here.
Yeah. I'll be wearing this.
Well, I knew I always, like, when I was little, I had, like, pipe dream of being in a boy band because of NSYNC. Like, it was just, they were such a huge influence on me, and Justin Timberlake and stuff. But I think for me, like, when I knew I wanted to be in a band was when I discovered Kings of Leon. I had heard Taper Jean Girl in Disturbia, I remember, the movie. And I was like, this song's awesome. And then I just went down a rabbit hole, and that sort of, that's when I was like, I want to do that. This is so cool. Like with the Hot Shake Heartbreak, like you said.
Yeah, 100%. I also remember when I was like 5 years old, I would write out track lists on a CD, and I'd put like song titles and how long they are without having songs. So I'd write out a song title, be like 508, and then I'd write another one 235, and it's like I don't even have a song.
I would do that too.
You would? No way. Interesting. So that was one of the moments I knew I wanted to be in a band. And then, how about you, Cole?
I think it's when I discovered Guitar Hero,
That's true.
and I was so dorky about it. I would like go expert mode and then go on scorehero.com, and you like put your scores online and like take a picture as proof, and it's like so
That's really
it's so
sick.
dumb.
That's so cool.
It was sick though.
I miss Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Best game.